right, so now we're going on to the land of the igneous, rocks that at some point have completely melted, like into a liquid, as if you left ice cream out on your front step in July for an hour. These things at one point were a liquid, then they recrystallized as they cooled. These guys get classified into two groups, extrusive and intrusive. Look on your reference table. The igneous chart is split, igneous, intrusive, and extrusive. If you're going to play one of these things is not like the others or classify them, you can see it pretty clearly. This is one. That's another one like it. That's another one like it. This is different. This is different. This is like those. So you'd split them up like this. Basically, what you can see is the crystal size. If you look at the ones that have holes in them, you can't see any crystals. It looks like a black mass, or sometimes it looks whitish, but you can't actually see an individual crystal in any of these. So what happened was, there was a volcano that blew up, and when it shot all the fiery hot stuff out of the top of it, it started to cool immediately. These rocks cooled so fast that the crystals did not have time to grow. They are glassy if you look at them under a microscope, and in your hands, there's no texture. If you get one with holes in it, that's convenient, because there's a word on your reference table, and I bet you can find it, to look at the texture of something that has holes in it. See if you can find it now. Meanwhile, they can also make an actual glass. So here's the glass. Can you see that there's no crystals at all? It has this what's called conchoidal fracture. It actually makes like curves. Like, you know, if you ever chipped a window, or like a wind, what do you call it? A windscreen in England. The windshield in your car, you can kind of see the chip comes out like a curve. That's because that's what glass tends to do. This is technically glass. It does the same thing. So these guys are volcanic as well. This is actually obsidian, and the glassy texture and the lack of crystals is what shows you that it's volcanic. So all these are extrusive. And then we have the intrusive. The difference is these rocks were allowed to cool very slowly. So as they cooled, crystals formed. This big pink one is a feldspar crystal. The black ones, you have amphibole, you have biotite, you have all these lovely things that were allowed to cool slowly and grow into each other. It's called interlocking crystals. You can see it right here. Here, let me put it in the light. You got pink with blackish greenish with white, and they're all, you can see that they just melted and grew right into each other like that. That's an igneous rock. All of these are igneous. They're granites. Pretty common rock, at least on the continents. You can see there's another feldspar. There's some quartz. There's another type of feldspar that's whitish. But they've grown into each other. These are igneous rocks.